Can you state your name? Your full legal name for the jury?
Leon.
Okay. And are you related to one of the kids in this case?
Yes, I am.
How's that?
I'm his mother.
And who is that?
Christopher Thomas.
Ms. Phillips, did you see who entered into the occupants who entered into that gray Jeep?
Yes.
Do you recognize where your son entered that gray Jeep?
Yes.
Which seat, if you can identify for the jury?
He got in the back seat on the right-hand side.
Did you recognize the individual that got into the back seat on the left side, the rear driver's side?
Yes.
And who was that individual?
Janelle.
Melly still turned regardless of what happened this early morning. He's still out here being very positive. Turned still. Hey! The dog still turned, regardless of what happened. You already know.
People think YNW Melly is finally free, but the truth is he's gone. Not dead, not disappeared, but trapped in a way no one can see. Because the witness interference charges were dropped and the world celebrated like he won. But this wasn't a victory. This was a strategic move, a calculated step that just put him closer to the edge. You won't believe what the state just did behind closed doors. They didn't drop the case because they lost. They dropped it because they were afraid of what would come out in court. And now, the real battle is just beginning. Because leaked court files show a plan so twisted, it could destroy YNW Melly's entire future. And the person at the center of it all, Mariah Hamilton, his ex, is suddenly in the worst trouble of her life. But here's the part that will shock you the most. This isn't just about a dropped case. This is about a bigger trap, set for 2027, and the evidence is already leaking. So stay with me, because what I'm about to reveal next will change everything you thought you knew.
In rapper YNW Melly's witness tampering trial, state attorneys confirming the witness tampering charges dropped against the rapper. Before that announcement, the jury selection was expected to take place tomorrow.
The story of YNW Melly is not just a legal case. It's a war that's been building for years. And if you think this drama started with the dropped charges, you're dead wrong. YNW Melly didn't wake up one day and suddenly become a target. He's been in the crosshairs since the moment he blew up in the music world, and every move he made since then was being watched. The first time YNW Melly hit the headlines, it was for a fight in a club. Then it was rumors of gang ties, then a mysterious shooting, then the double murder case that turned his life into a nightmare. The media painted him as a villain, the fans defended him like a king, and the state built a case piece by piece, like a puzzle they were obsessed with completing. And in the middle of it all was Mariah Hamilton, the ex who suddenly became the key witness. People say she was loyal. People say she was scared. But insiders claim she was trapped in a web of pressure and threats, and that the state was using her like a weapon. The first trial ended in a mistrial, and the whole world waited for the next move. Then YNW Melly got hit with witness interference charges, and the clock started ticking faster. Now, after years of being locked in a battle, he couldn't escape. The charges were dropped. But this is where it gets twisted, because the state didn't drop them because they didn't have a case. They dropped them because the case was too dangerous for them to expose. And that's when the Real story begins.
Mariah Hamilton is spending her first day at the Broward County Jail. She has no arrest record until now. U.S. Border Patrol agents arrested her at Miami International Airport Monday after she arrived on an international flight. Court records show Hamilton was ordered to testify in Demon's first trial in 2023.
The moment the witness interference charges were dropped, the real chaos began. Because the state didn't just walk away, they punched through the back door and revealed the first layer of the trap. Sources inside the court leaked a chilling report that says the state's key witness, Mariah Hamilton, was not just pressured, she was hunted. And the shocking part? She was arrested at the airport after trying to come home, like a criminal on the run. That's when the world realized this wasn't about justice. It was about control. Mariah Hamilton was summoned to testify in the old trial back in 2023, and when she didn't show up, the police went full search mode. Phone spam, house raids, threats. They wanted her so badly that they made her feel like she had no choice. And when she finally returned, she was immediately arrested and forced to give testimony against YNW Melly. But here's where the twist hits like a bomb. Leaked documents show that the state paid Mariah Hamilton $31,000 and even bought her a luxury car, all while she had no income. This wasn't just witness support. This was a bribe disguised as protection. And it gets worse. Because jail calls and secret messages reportedly reveal YNW Melly wasn't communicating directly. He was using a relay system through other inmates, passing notes like a movie heist. And the person at the center of this relay? YNW Bortland, YNW Melly's close associate, who suddenly started acting like a man with something to hide. Then, just when you think it couldn't get more twisted, a new leak dropped a bombshell. YNW Bortland took a plea deal and agreed to tell everything. And if he's telling everything, it means the real story is about to explode. But the worst part is still coming, because the state's next move makes it clear they're not trying to win a case. They're trying to destroy YNW Melly for good.
It's this kind of crazy way that Melly was communicating. He wasn't allowed to use the phone, but he was passing notes to people, and then this person's calling this person and then that person.
Saying like to me, they going through extreme measures, try to cover up or convince people not to testify, like Mariah mom. They was using code words like Rihanna and A$AP Rocky's baby mom. And
just when everyone thought the drama had reached its peak, the situation exploded into a whole new level of chaos. Because the state didn't just drop the case, they opened a door to a bigger, darker story that no one saw coming. Within hours of the charges being dropped, leaked files began circulating online, and the internet went wild. The memo revealed that the prosecution dropped the case to avoid exposing the jail call evidence that would reveal the real truth behind the double murder case. But here's the shocking part. The leaked evidence suggests the state is hiding something even more sinister than we imagined. A supposed insider posted screenshots of messages from YNW Melly's account, and the text is chilling. In one message, YNW Melly allegedly writes, "I did that." The message was followed by a smiling emoji, like he was bragging about something no one should ever admit. Then, another leak shows surveillance footage of YNW Melly sitting in the back left seat of a Jeep just hours before the murders. The core documents say the direction of items in the car supports the claim that the weapons came from his seat, a detail that could destroy everything YNW Melly's team has been fighting for. But the real shocker came from a new social media post that went viral instantly, a picture of YNW Melly with a known gang figure holding a symbol that's been tied to violent crews. The post is being used by the state to paint a new narrative that YNW Melly isn't just a rapper, he's part of a violent organization. And just when the internet was already burning, another leak surfaced. A former associate of King, Von claimed YNW Melly asked for advice on how to handle enemies, and that advice was the kind only a dangerous man would give. The question now is not whether YNW Melly is guilty. The question is, what else is the state hiding behind this drop case?
Tweet out saying people are upset. I said this is a gonna plea. This is a gonna plea. This isn't a plea saying you have to tell on him, but this is a plea that you're going to have to provide all the details that they were missing to convict him. And that's why it's a gonna plea. Why do I say he signed a gonna plea? Because YNW Melly, and I watched the case, we covered it. YNW Melly's case is that, number one, you guys have not done a job to prove that this is actually they have proved, but prove that this is a homicide with this person being the offender. Also, the accessory after the fact plea confirms that Bortland, that's kind of like almost like a sub part of a conspiracy, except you weren't with the conspiracy at first. You came in after the fact. What that proved is that they came in. Oh my God, what that proved is that Bortland worked with someone after he acknowledged that a murder took place in trying to cover it up. You hear what I just said? When pleading to an accessory to after the fact, you have to acknowledge that it happened and you assisted someone or in some way to cover the. Now, if Melly's statement is, how do we know that? And then secondly, how do we know who did? Because they said it was a drive-by.
The moment the charges were dropped, the internet erupted like a volcano. Fans were cheering, haters were celebrating, and the entire industry went into full chaos mode. On social media, one thread after another started trending, and it wasn't just about the dropped case. It was about the leaked evidence, the jail calls, and the possibility that the state had been hiding something bigger. A viral tweet from a major influencer said, YNW Melly is free. But this ain't over. This is just the beginning. Another post from a top rapper claimed they dropped the case because they're scared of what he knows. And then a controversial reaction from a famous critic sparked a full-blown war. He should be in jail. This is proof the system is broken. The fan base split into two sides overnight. Some called YNW Melly a martyr, claiming the state is targeting him because he's too powerful. Others called him a dangerous criminal, saying the dropped charges don't erase the leaked evidence. Even celebrities started taking sides. A big-name rapper posted a cryptic message, "You can't hide the truth forever." And a popular actress said, if he's guilty, he should face consequences. The industry response was even more intense. Labels started distancing themselves from YNW Melly, and insiders said some sponsors were pulling deals quietly. One record executive reportedly said, "This is too risky. We can't be associated with this level of controversy." And the media? They were feeding the fire nonstop. Every channel was replaying the leaked footage, debating the jail calls, and asking one question over and over. Is YNW Melly really free, or is he just trapped in a bigger game? Just when everyone thought the story couldn't get any darker, the final twist hit like a bomb. Because the truth that's about to come out will make everything we've discussed look like child's play. A new leak has emerged, and it's not just about YNW Melly or Mariah Hamilton. It's about someone inside the system who's been manipulating the case from the start. Insiders claim that a high-ranking official at Broward County Jail/sheriff has been secretly feeding information to the prosecution, and that's why the jail calls were being protected at all costs. The official reportedly has ties to the same network that YNW Melly is accused of being connected to, and now it looks like the whole investigation was a setup. But that's not the worst part, because a second leak shows a secret agreement between YNW Portland and the prosecution, a deal that wasn't just about testimony. Sources say YNW Portland was offered a reduced sentence, plus a new identity and relocation, if he agreed to frame YNW Melly in the double murder case. And if that's true, it means the state didn't just drop the case to protect evidence. They dropped it because they needed YNW Portland to become the star witness in the next trial. But here's the final blow. A hidden audio clip has surfaced, allegedly of YNW Portland talking to someone on the outside, saying, "I'm going to tell them whatever they want. I need to be free." That means the next trial won't be about truth. It'll be about survival. And if YNW Portland flips, YNW Melly's world could collapse in front of our eyes. So the question isn't whether YNW Melly is guilty. The question is, how deep does the conspiracy go, and who else is involved? Because this story isn't over. It's only getting started. Now, I need you to tell me what you really think, because this situation is too big for silence. Are you on YNW Melly's side, or do you believe the leaks prove he's guilty? Drop a comment right now with your opinion, because the internet is divided, and your voice matters. Do you think the state dropped the case because they were scared of the evidence, or because they were planning something bigger? And don't forget to hit that like button if you want me to keep exposing the truth. Subscribe and turn on notifications, because the next update is going to be even more explosive, and you don't want to miss it. I'm going to be watching the case closely, and the moment a new leak drops, you'll be the first to know. This story is far from over, and the next chapter could change everything. So comment below, who is the real villain in this story? YNW Melly, YNW Portland, or the system itself? And tell me what you think the next twist will be. Because one thing is clear.
Melly's co-defendant YNW Portland was booked into a Miami jail Monday night and is being held behind bars on an out-of-county warrant. We just confirmed the warrant is out of Broward County for witness tampering. The warrant obtained by Law and Crime Network states as follows. On or about April 10, 2023, continuing through and including July 22, 2023, Cortland Henry, aka Portland, along with others, did unlawfully and knowingly engage in misleading conduct toward another person with the intent to cause or induce them to withhold testimony. The warrant continues the alleged witness had been summoned by the legal process to the jury trial of Jamel Dimmons, aka YNW Melly. The dates in the warrant are important. Jury selection for Melly started in mid-April, and a judge declared a mistrial on July 22nd, the same day the warrant claims Portland allegedly tampered with the witness.